Hello, beautiful souls. I am Awakened Soul, and today we're going to be setting up our next trade on Ethereum. First thing is, we're actually going to begin on our monthly time frame today. And just really quick, setting our support and resistance lines, I use the pivot high and low indicator to help me guide me for my support and resistance lines. And we are going to be using red for monthly horizontal rays, and this was a great idea from a friend of mine, Cut Corners. I appreciate you. Thank you. We're going to be color coordinating our lines with the chakras. So once the monthly color is set, go ahead and go into your weekly. Within the weekly time frame, you also want to set your support and resistance lines, and we're going to be using orange. Okay, actually, because we have created a new higher high compared to this, our next resistance will be those double candles here. Okay, so once you have your weekly and your monthly range, go ahead and move into your daily. Within the daily time frame, you're also going to create support and resistance, and you're going to concentrate on where price action is. So for the daily, we're going to use yellow support and resistance lines. That is a great idea. I think it's so cute. Perfect. And I'm also gonna, within the daily, I'm gonna create some trend lines. Let me turn off my pivot highs and lows. So I like to use my highs and low indicator, and I do overlap too. One is set to 6 or 9. Sometimes play with it, have fun with it. But one is set to 30. And this just gives me a great view of where price action, where my trend lines could be placed at. So from high, we're going to connect it to my next lower high. And because it's the daily, we're going to use yellow. Right? So again, from this high, I'm going to connect to my most current high. Now I have my resistance trend lines. Let's go ahead and put my daily trend lines here. So this would be 1. And from this point to this wick here would be another daily trend line. Okay, so now that I have my trend lines, go ahead and turn off your indicators and open up your VRVP. I do use 2 just for confluence. You know, you never know. It's just good for me to use 2 in my daily. So find your points of control and just mark them. I'm going to go ahead and mark this red line here. And it looks like they're both pointing me to this direction. Point of control, I'm going to do purple. Let me go ahead and take off my indicators. And the VRVP just gives me a good perspective of where the charts could possibly return to. Okay, so now that I have my trend lines, my support and resistance, my point of control, let's go ahead and get some daily targets. So how do I get my daily targets? 1 touch, 2 touch. If we bounce to the upside, we look in between to the lowest price. And this is why I have it set at 5. So the higher number, the less points, highs and lows. Okay, so let's say if we break to the upside, if we break this daily trend line, this would be my lowest price at 1070. Right, so we just go 1070, we go all the way up and mark it right on my trend line. And let's mark it yellow because this is our daily target. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight it so don't forget. A lot of trend lines going on here. And yes, I do this for every chart when I am scalping, day trading, swing trading. For me, it's important to understand the flow. One point 2 touches. This is the highest price. Come down here, and this will be my daily bearish target. And of course, this is with the confirmation of the 12 and the 26 EMA crossing, confirmation of a daily support breaking, then I will consider a short. Same thing to the uptrend. I want a confirmation of our resistance breaking and our trend line breaking to confirm my long for a daily trade. And then that would be a swing trade that could take weeks or months. So now that we're set in the daily, let's move on to our 4 hours. Within our 4 hours, we want to, let's use green, right? Within our 4 hours, I'm going to turn on my pivot highs and lows again. Okay, so it's important when you're in your 4 hour to understand that everything is a cycle, that the market is a pattern. Let me show you really quick. We have a contraction phase, pretty much a consolidation phase, a trend, contraction, trend up, contraction. So every time it's consolidating, trend up, contraction, right? Trend up, contraction. So every time it's consolidating, it is in a contraction phase. And what is a contraction phase? A consolidation phase. If a area where you could find a beautiful pattern, either you're going to find a Wyckoff, you're going to find a rising wedge, a falling wedge, a diamond, a flag. So know where you're at in the chart. So for now, we're in an uptrend, right? Daily, we're in an uptrend. 4 hours. Let's see what we're doing here. So within the 4 hours, I'm going to go ahead and connect my highs and lows. And we're going to go ahead and use green. For my lows, my highs. So this is an interesting channel that I see right off the bat. Let me show you. Right? Interesting flag there. Okay. So now that you found your contraction phase, you connected some support and resistance lines with your pivot highs and lows indicator. It's important to connect the trend lines within your contraction phase. So let's go ahead and remove this indicator. So first thing is 4 hour trend lines, right? So an example, this is going up. So 1 touch, 2 touch, and actually you see this touch too, right? This is the support of this action to the upside. Then it came down. 1 touch, 2 touch, comes down. Now you're going up, right? Remember, everything is a flow. So it's important for you to understand that, and you have to trade it with the flow. Really quick example. We're going up, we came down, we're going up, break another trend line, coming down, going up, coming down, going up, coming down, and it looks like right now we're doing an upside movement. And that's how the charts work. So understanding that everything's a flow. So we had this 4 hour trend line, then we came down, right? Then we're going up here, we came back down. So this just serves a trend line here. Because we came down here. So from this, we bounce back up, right? And we're up here. And then we came down. Hope that makes sense. A lot of lines, but it's worth understanding the flow. So we're coming down, right? And boom, we broke to the upside. So within the upside, so we're gonna focus on our trend lines that are the closest ones to our price action. So let me go ahead and highlight that 4-hour trend line and this 4-hour trend line. Okay, one touch, two touch, that's one extra. Okay, fun disco party going on here. Okay, so once you've found your 4-hour trend lines around price action, you're gonna want to go ahead and find 4-hour targets. How do you find your targets? I call them Joe targets. But one touch, two touches, right in between the highest price action. Go ahead, mark it on the trend line. And this would be my 4-hour bearish target. Right, so you have to define what kind of time frame you're gonna be playing in. One time, two touches in between. And if you're having a hard time, turn on your pivot highs and lows. And again, it's going to give you an exact price of like the lowest point. So it looks like at this point, we're going to go ahead and do a double top because across this 4-hour trend line, right? And this is our target. That makes sense. Double top. Just play what you see. So for me to confirm this long, right, I would have to go into my smaller time frames. I like to confirm with the 15-minute trend line, 15-minute time. So whenever it breaks out of a trend, usually it retests, but a 15-minute candle has to be close on either direction. So this is our 4 hours, right? So this was close. So you want to confirm the second 15-minute candle. So this was close, but then we bounced back down, right? This one's not it. This one's not it because it's still on the 4-hour. So this is your first 15-minute candle that closed above the 4-hour trend line. Once that is confirmed, you want to enter your trade on your second 15-minute candle. I hope that makes sense. And that's just to confirm that you're going to the upside using your pivot highs and lows on the smaller time frame, right? I would enter my trade for a long somewhere here. It's still a really good entry right now. And set my stop loss at previous higher lows. So this would be my stop loss. Using higher highs and lower lows, it's where I define where my stop loss are. And again, just based on this 4-hour trend line that we broke, I believe we're going to go and do a double top right now. And that would be my play of the day. Thank you, and remember to do everything with love.